terutama setelah pandemi, health becomes the priority.
Good morning, the Honorable Minister of
Jadikan ini sebagai a meditation moment for you.
The second speaker is Dr. Pauline Suwandi from Bogor Senior Hospital, Diplomat of American Board of International Medicine in Geriatric Medicine, as well as Diplomat of American Board of International Medicine. And let's welcome Dr. Pauline Suwandi.
So I came down to this. Basically, there are two main components of a wellness destination. First, it's
this is my humble CV. I was trained mainly abroad, trained in internal medicine in New York and then geriatric medicine also. Served as a faculty member for a few years also in New York. Basically, this are the content of my talk agenda. A bit of older adult demography. Don't get very depressed on this. Jangan stres dulu. Some preventive measures that science already proven that these all are beneficial. Some physiology of aging, very simple ones. What the hospital can do, and then what is the bottom line for all this? I think I should be the last speaker, but it's okay. Never mind. Forgive me about this very busy slide. Basically, this is just to tell that a lot of older adults will spend a lot of time in hospital. Sorry. Okay, so 4 pairs of slides. The 2 is paired between the population and the hospital discharges. But bottom line, older adult will spend some time in hospital. Lansia, akhirnya banyak yang harus masuk rumah sakit. Berapa hari, how many days spent there is a question. They spend a lot of money too in hospital. Uangnya banyak juga keluar di rumah sakit. Okay, so older adult, not to depress you too much. There are several diseases that can kill older adult, especially because of their physiology. Pada prinsipnya beberapa penyakit itu lebih banyak di lansia dan bisa mematikan, seperti atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. So I combined heart and strokes in one category as atherosclerotic cardiovascular diseases. Number 2 is cancer. Everybody's very scared of cancer. Penyakit kanker, semuanya takut karena harus kemoterapi, sama sekali nggak enak. The third is COVID. Oops.
Tolong teknikal dibantu ibunya. Yes, thank you.
Okay, COVID. We all know about COVID. In older adult, 80% of all COVID-related deaths are in older adult. 80% kematian dari COVID terjadi di lansia. Dan kadang-kadang mati bisa mengerikan juga dan sendirian. It could be quite scary experience. with all the astronaut-looking people and all the tubes, all the painful procedures. Alzheimer's disease, penyakit Alzheimer, pikun. Pada prinsipnya orang akan lupa, pikun, dan akhirnya kehilangan kemampuan untuk membantu diri sendiri untuk hidup sehari-hari. They lost their ability to live independently. They need other people to help with activity of daily living. So what we can do at this time, the preventive measures that we know is scientifically proven to help is one is risk factor identification for atherosclerotic cardiovascular diseases, early detection for cancer, and then vaccinations. Sejauh ini yang lebih diketahui adalah pencegahan untuk kardiovaskuler, kanker, deteksi dini, dan vaksinasi. Untuk penyakit atherosclerosis, atherosclerotic cardiovascular risk factors, 3, hypertension, diabetes, hyperlipidemia. That's why we all check for this in medical checkups. And then cancer screening, deteksi dini untuk penyakit kanker. Sejauh ini hanya 3 kanker yang diketahui program deteksinya. Kanker payudara dengan mamogram, kanker usus besar dengan kolonoskopi, dan kanker leher rahim dengan pap smear. Breast cancer, colon cancer, and cervical cancer. These 3. The only proven cancer screening early detection program that is proven to save life. The rest of it, questionable. Vaccination is also important. While it's not very popular, but at least we do vaccinate for COVID-19. This one is very important. But pneumonia and influenza is also important, and yeah, we can talk about this later. Okay, how about hospital? As we all know, older adults spend a lot of time and money in hospital. So we have to have a solid hospital medicine practice with appropriate diagnosis, appropriate medication, appropriate tests, high-value care, and patient-centered. Number 2 will be continuity of care, coordination with the outpatient, home care, and other providers, and then communication. So basically, at this time we have good resources for medical practice. Thank you to COVID-19 with all the work from home. We have this up-to-date. I'm not trying to be their big spokesperson or anything, but basically all these organizations here are non-profit, and they are all practicing high-value care, basically to improve health, to avoid harms, and eliminate wasteful practices, to create equality of health for all. Pada prinsipnya ini semua sebenarnya non-profit, like American College of Physicians, Society of Hospital Medicine, American Board of Internal Medicine. Ini semua mempromosikan high value care. Pada prinsipnya untuk meningkatkan tingkat kesehatan, menghindari cedera, dan untuk mengurangi praktek-praktek kesehatan yang membuang-buang waktu, tenaga, dan uang, sehingga terjadi persamaan dari semua. I improv a lot from my original presentation. When we come to older adult, we have to come with talk of lifespan. Untuk lansia kita selalu bicara tentang berapa lama lagi bisa hidup. Apalagi, especially when faced with other conditions like stage 4 cancer, advanced dementia, organ failures, and it's just simply failed to improve with appropriate medical treatment. Ya, umur orang tergantung, apalagi jika ada kondisi seperti kanker stadium lanjut, ya 4 is the number, 4 udah cukup, gak ada yang stadium 5. Demensia atau pikun yang sudah sangat berat, gagal berbagai organ, kadang-kadang lebih dari 1, atau di rumah sakit tanpa banyak kemajuan yang berarti. Akhirnya mana yang lebih menguntungkan, mana yang lebih sebenarnya, jika ilmu pengetahuan kedokteran sudah tidak bisa mengobati, when science comes to end, or at least we know what device or intervention is less painful, cheaper and better, why not? And then we stress more to the meals, sleep, aromatherapy, activity, beneficial for the mind, for the soul. Yeah, our facility is spacious enough for family reunions. Open spaces, good for COVID. Even our emergency room is spacious enough for emergency family meeting.
Wow, Dr. Pauline, I always scared to look into hospital facilities, but what you have presented to us is very educational, and we really learn from this. And then I think prevention is needed, and then not to get to the stage that it is too late. And at the same time, we were just talking about aromatherapy as part of the hospital in the future. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand for Dr. Pauline 𝘗𝘓𝘶 on wellness destination for senior citizens, for elderly. And I think this is going to have a very big potential in Indonesia, right, Doctor? Especially in Bali, in places where nature so close to medical facilities.
Yes. Eventually, I want to reach to faraway places, such as Bali or
Bogor. Bogor is already there.
Place, yeah.
Already there. I don't wish to go and visit, but I think it's nice to get to know what the facilities are there, and then the future of the medical tourism in Indonesia. It will be something that is attractive for elderly people, older adults, as you said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pauline.
So I hope my presentation can help.
Setelah Bali bombing 2001-2002, saya mulai website namanya 𝘗𝑙𝑖spirit.com.
Yes, it was a pity. If we take a look at the word itself, there's include, covering up to include everybody else, to include people, and also
dikelola atau diobati oleh seorang ahli penyakit orang tua dibandingkan dengan rumah sakit yang diobati oleh dokter ahli yang bermacam-macam, karena pada orang tua kan sering bermacam-macam penyakitnya. Apakah ada gunanya dan ada benefitnya, terutama dalam segi keuangan?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Go straight to Dr. Pauline. The benefit of senior hospital, basically being taken care by the experts with those facilities to compare with the normal hospital, especially in the financial side of it.
Can I defer this question to Yoke?
Yes.
You have experience with your parent in a hospital.
Yep.
With multi-specialty, multiple diseases. How do you feel about it?
My mom just passed away 40 days ago.
I'm sorry.
But she was surviving for 8 years after 40 days at ICU. So it was quite a story. Megan also just recently lost a father, and then it's always very emotional for all of us when we talk about our parent. that has to stay in the hospital for that long. Our experience has never been satisfying, especially we want the best treatment. It's not about money, it's not about financial, we just want a magic. But magic is not happening. But we did have a moment when my parents appreciate, have a lot of attention. I think human relations, the attention from the doctor, the attention from the nurse, is much better than the facility itself. I think the family surrounding. I think that's my experience.
Okay, let me simplify it this way. So with older adults, they have multiple diseases in one body and can be multiple conflicting conditions that happen within one hospitalization. So one captain for the doctors who can try to communicate and coordinate the care between the doctors, I think is quite important.
I got your point. You were saying one captain doctor, that means one single person that coordinate other doctors.
Yes.
Is fully agree.
So like when the cardiologist maybe say, oh, not too much fluid, and then the rest of the team should appreciate that one. Or in, let's say, the infection is raging, the patient needs a lot of antibiotics. Is it going to damage the kidney? And then the kidney specialist can come in and say, okay, this antibiotics is good, but we need to adjust the dose to the kidney function, or at this stage, the patient may need hemodialysis to pour out the toxins away and stuff. And then maybe it's cheaper too when one captain say, okay, we may not need a certain specialist, so because it may not make any difference, or we just consult once instead of him coming every day to the scene. Like, why is that doctor keep on checking on my mom or my dad?
Yes.
And he's not contributing to anything, just writing or something. I think the point is geriatric medicine, a specialty for the health and sickness of older adults. Sometimes it's helpful to coordinate the care, to advise the family and the patient on what is important, what is the most important, what is the expectation and the priority should be.
I see your point, and I think this is the benefit or the advanced thinking, because normally in Indonesia we have to deal with so many different doctors that make us lose confidence, and that is already emotional issue happening with the patient as well as for the family. Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question. Oh, one.
Apakah ada buktinya bahwa dirawat oleh 𝑾𝒆𝒍𝒍𝒏𝒂𝒍 lebih murah dibandingkan dengan yang
Oh, is there evidence that there is evidence?
There is a paper that actually measured that specifically in monetary, like how much US dollars spent on multi-specialty and one geriatric specialist coordinating the care, and also the length of stay of hospitalization. That once proven by a scientific paper that is actually cheaper, a few $100.
Answer.
Yes.
That's answer. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Pauline.